everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Happy Friday, guys. Thank you guys for being here. So, guys, we got some action. We got some Predator action. Very exciting stuff. I just saw the movie. I'm not going to get into the movie, but very good movie. The figure looks incredible. There's a few things that, after seeing the movie, may happen. Again, I don't want to say anything because I know you guys will get your panties in a twist. So I'm not going to talk about the movie. But there's a couple potential characters that could be made because of something we already got. Right? So very, very nice. Very, very good. What the hell's going on? So yeah, very, very exciting figure, guys. I didn't even pre-order mine yet. I have to pre-order a bunch of stuff. I have to pre-order the Batman Forever. Batman Forever? No, Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin from the Batman and Robin movie. I have to pre-order this. I have to pre-order. There's something else I have to pre-order. I have it in the sideshow cart. Let me tell you guys what I need to pre-order because it's a few things. Total is like $100 and something ish. Let me see. I'll tell you guys in a second. Why does it always kick me out of sideshow? Here we go. All right. So like I said, Batman and Robin for Batman and Robin. We have the Predator from Badlands and Thea, which is what we got today. We have Nightfall Batman and the Peacemaker. So those figures are the ones that I still need to pre-order. Very soon it's going to happen. And then we'll be back on track. Let's see who's in the house. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. There's 15 of you guys in here already. Thank you guys for being here. We got Luch in the house.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
What up, my Wayland, Utani, Masterful, Imposing Collectors, Tessa, One, Thea are definitely coming. So I just said we're not going to talk about the movie. And of course, Mexico had to ruin it for everybody. Unbelievable. Let's see. We got Michael in the house. Welcome. Nice. Good evening, collectors. Happy Friday. Just watched Running Man. I thought it was great. A lot of fun. Thoroughly enjoyed it. All right, so guys, welcome to the movie channel. We got Bao.
How you doing?
Don't let Luch see the bring us. Oh, wait. Just wait. I'm gonna introduce it very nicely. Ernesto, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
We got Gilbert. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Nice to see you.
Hello.
Welcome. Ron, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
I'm doing.
Nice to see you. Welcome. Tony's back after being away for 10 years. Hello, my brothers and sisters. Just received my Hellcat bag of ape leader. Not bad at all. Guys, you know what I just realized? I think that Hellcat, that brand Hellcat, I think that is the same brand as Fishbone. I think they're the same brand. So that's why it looks like crap. Because that obviously I don't know if you guys know, but Fishbone is not great. It's not great at all by any means. So I think that's why, I think it's the same company. And to have pretty much the same logo, a bony thing, you know what I mean? I don't know. Gerardo, my friend, welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Hello, collectors. My Infinity War Thanos arrived. Now also I have Infinity War Rocket Groot incoming. Look at you collecting for $19.95. That's nice, Gerardo. Thank you. Thank you for Thank you for staying in the community, collecting backwards. I think the best Thanos is obviously you need Infinity War, right? That's a must. But out of the two, battle damage and regular, I think battle damage is so much nice. Again, I love battle damage. So we got two.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Guys, don't forget to hit the like button, please. There's 22 of you guys in here already. Thank you guys for being here as well. Let's see. ESB Han was my last pre-order this year. Oh, that's it. Hey. If I had to say that ever, with about a November and December, like about a month and change left in the year, it would be time for me to retire, guys. I would be like, all right, if this is my last pre-order of the year, I'd be like, good night. It was nice meeting you all. Talia, welcome. How are you?
Hello!
Happy Friday. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. I mean, obviously, you know, Gilbert, I respect all humans. You know, my language is wrong, but Big Dog, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
I'm doing!
Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. Let's see who else. Guys, there's 26 of you guys here. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys for being here as well. We got Chris on time for once. Look at that. Oh my God, he didn't show up after an hour and a half of the stream being on. Look at that. Something must be going on or something must not be going on. We got Moo.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Hello, community of collectors. I bought a gorgeous 1/6 scale motorcycle. I haven't decided what figure will get in the new ride. Send me something. Selfish Moose. I'll have a figure to pick for the new ride, but you have to stop being selfish. We got 19 likes. Guys, hit the like button, please. Please, please, please. There's 26 of you guys here. Thank you guys for being here. Let me know. Keep track of the likes for me, Ron, if you don't mind, or anybody in the chat. So yeah, guys, very exciting announcement. Very, very exciting announcement. Obviously we knew it was coming. We got the tease, but a few major differences with the whole setup of this figure, which, you know, I don't know if this is the future. I don't know, I don't know what they're gonna do, but it is very interesting what's happening. Petrosum, welcome. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome, welcome. Guys, please hit the like when there's 27 of you guys here. Thank you guys for being here. Let's see who else shows up. It's gonna be a fun conversation. I guess I have to figure out myself. Most hosts share their opinions. Unbelievable. Hey, you clearly don't respect all humans, okay? Language was wrong.
How dare you?
Oh my God. Unbelievable. 22 guys, please hit that like when there's 25 of you guys here. Thank you guys for being here. Moose with the disrespect. Guys, now you remember. Guys. Moose does not respect all humans. Remember that. Oh man. Moose, that was selfish. That was the epitome of selfish. Oh my God, this guy. Roman Helmet, welcome. First time here. Nice to see.
Hello!
Also, a shout out to Uncarded. Uncarded, we have some bad news. The Empire still here. Cry me a river, dick face. Let's see. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. What Kool-Aid? What Kool-Aid? Who's giving out Kool-Aid, Moose? Now we're gonna get into it. Who's giving out Kool-Aid? Let me know. Let me know.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Let me know. I want to hear this, Moose. I want to hear this live and direct. Guys, there's 31 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button. Oh, the Empire's still up. The Empire is still up. Predator figure looks good, better than the pics I've seen from the actual movie. Well, we're going to get into that because Bobo had to go ruin it for me. And so we're going to get into a lot of specifics, a lot of different things. Chris, welcome. How are you? Happy Friday.
I'm doing.
Welcome. Let's see. Yeah, we'll wait for a few of you guys. Guys, please hit the like button if you haven't yet. Did someone say cool? I like cool. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, but that was not a good Kool-Aid. I have a feeling. Because Moose is never positive on my streams. He's always positive elsewhere, but never here. So I want to know what Kool-Aid he's talking about. What Kool-Aid he's talking about tonight. Let's see. We're gonna wait on this comment. We're gonna wait on.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Let's see. Stalker much? Who are you talking about? Tell me. Tell us, Chris. Who's stalking you? He's a stalker much. Tell us, Chris. Chris, tell us. Don't be weird and selfish. It's probably grape Kool-Aid, the flavors. Fruit punch or nothing. Albert, look at you. Welcome. How are you? Happy Friday. Nice to see you.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up?
All right, we got 30 in here. How many likes? I can't talk much right now. Eating garlic pizza. Eating garlic pizza. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. See? Extra garlic made. Unbelievable. Extra garlic, he said. That's a sick Vader you got there. For absolutely. Don't be hating. Why you always got to put down my figures? I don't put down your non-movable statues that you buy at $3,000 and then they break, bum. Yeah, guys, I don't know if you guys saw my video, my dueling effect version, Darth Vader. That figure, again, great figure, nice weight to the figure, but the plastics on it, horrible. Everything felt cheap. None of it has that gloss that you get with literally every single Darth Vader. The suit was matte as well, and I get it, right? It's not supposed to be that, and that's supposed to be your standard Darth Vader. But I was like, what is happening right now? I love the figure because it was very different, right? The colors and all the stuff, but like, I don't know if you remember, if you guys watch the video, I'm like hitting the helmet and it just feels so crappy. Like every single piece of plastic, even the gloves didn't feel the same quality as any Vader. Just, and again, I know it was a repaint, I know it was a reuse of stuff, but it just felt really, really, really cheap. 25. Thank you guys. Please hit the like button. There's 5 of you left in here. Thank you, everybody. 25 likes. Leo, how are you, my friend? Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing.
Welcome. We got 32 in here, guys. Please hit the like button if you haven't yet. Shout out to the people on Instagram as well. I never check on you guys. Let's see who's in here. Nobody's here yet. Also, huge shout out to Jeremy. Huge shout out to Jeremy. He's the man. Let's see, 26 likes. Guys, please hit the like button. There's 33 of you guys in here. Thank you guys for being here. Let's see. Come on, guys, hit the like button. Hit the like button, please. And thank you. So, yeah, guys, the movie, if you guys haven't seen Predator Badlands, guys, go watch it. They hint at a lot of stuff. Aliens. They hint at aliens. They talk about not them in the movie, but you know, they're talking about Dutch coming, which is crazy. Again, I don't know. He's 90 now, so I don't know how exciting that's going to be. But obviously we know that Arnold in any movie at any age is always, you know, great. So that's going to be interesting if it happens or when it happens, because it would make sense. It would be great for them to do something like that, you know? But it looks like it's one of those movies. I was telling the guys in the members chat, you know, Farrell from the movie Prey, right? Farrell was like the most basic type of predator, right? He didn't have much tech, which he did have, right? But not as much as any other predator that we've seen, you know, in the past that is fully advanced. And now you have Dek, right? Which is, I feel like is, you know, second generation from Prey, obviously completely different looking, completely different, but tech-wise, right? A little bit more advanced in that respect, but still not fully loaded like the predators that we've had, you know, in the past, like from every other Predator movie. So pretty much a Mandalorian style movie, right? So Mandalorian, remember, it's like every mission he's got to do, right? He gets something out of it, whether it's an upgrade in the armor, right? He went from regular armor to, I forget what the name of his original armor was, and then he goes into Beskar. So it's like every mission he gets something out of it, right? So in this movie, at the end, I'm not going to tell you, he gets something out of that, right? Something out of that end scene. So it's going to get crazy, guys. It's going to get really cool. So we no, I'm not talking about no, don't do it. I'm not getting into it. At least you guys can talk in the chat if you want, but I'm not getting into it. Because, you know, I know a lot of people haven't seen it. I'm going to actually see it again. I want to see it again because I feel like I missed you. There's so much going on that you got to like pay like really good attention. And so I definitely have to see it again. Chris says, even Independence Day Alien was in the movie is canon. The director did before release movie, not a spoiler. Gotcha. So has everyone here watched Paranormal? If so, type Y. I don't think so. Yeah, see? Already people saying no. Yeah, that's why I want to get into it. I didn't want to ruin it for anybody. You know, I didn't want anybody upset. You know, I respect all humans. I don't want my language to be wrong, you know? Oh, my God. If the new Predator is seamless, then Red Hulk can be seamless too. Different, though, right? You can't compare a humanoid-like figure, right? Predator looking like a human, like a man, and the Hulk being a monster-looking thing, humongous, right? When it comes to production, right? When it comes to making the toy, it is, and I'm not saying Hot Toys can't do it. You know, they could do anything they want to, right? They could make the best of everything, but they don't clearly, right? They're not making it seamless because they feel like, you know what? It's much easier this way. It's much cheaper this way. But don't forget, if enough people bother them, it is very possible that I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but it is possible that they could update it. Remember, again, what they did with Peacemaker. Peacemaker came out with those double joints showing at the bicep, and everybody was like, "Oh, why not seamless? Why not seamless?" And then right before the figure came out, boom, we got seamless arms. Which again, it didn't make sense for them to do a double jointed arm because they had already done Thor's seamless, so it was weird. But it could also have been that Hot Toys wanted to do that on purpose to make it seem like they upgraded the figure last minute, because again, they had made Thor's seamless, plenty of them before. So it would make sense for them to be like, oh, let's go backwards for this, new character that everybody's expecting, everybody's excited for, very popular character. And so to go double jointed like that, it didn't make sense. And then look, they came out of nowhere with those arms. So it could have been on purpose. It could have been on purpose. So we get all, oh my God, look, seamless. Because again, it didn't make sense at the time. And like I said, I'd never complained about it. People were complaining about it. I was like, just stop complaining. And then, when they changed the armor, I was like, oh, thank you for complaining, because they, it was amazing. 27 guys, hit the like button, please. There's 30 of you guys in here. Thank you guys for being here. Last Starfighter, welcome. How are you?
Hello.
He says no, so no spoilers. Not yet. No spoilers. No spoilers. So we got yes. We got yes. We got yes. We got Bobo. No. I don't know what this is. Yes. 27 and 27. Guys, hit the like button. There's 31 of you guys in here. Thank you, guys. As for Predator Badlands on Tuesday, it was enjoyable. It was also cheap ticket Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesdays are usually I think something like $9, $8, something like that. So yeah, those are good prices. Those are good days to go. 28 likes and 30 watching. Guys, hit the like button. There's 32 of you guys in here. Thank you, guys. Roman Helmet says no. And then Michael says yeah. So no, don't. I'm not gonna get into it. If you, like I said, if you guys want to spoil it in the chat, that's up to you. But I'm not gonna talk about it. Watching tomorrow. Pay attention. Pay a lot of attention to it, because there's a lot of little things here and there that you're not gonna want to miss. And that's why you're gonna most likely want to see it a couple of times. You're in for, yeah, it's a nice movie. Really nice. And then the action's really cool too. All right, guys, so let's get started. How many likes before we get started? We got 30 in here. We should be at 30 likes at least. Let me know. Somebody. I paid $7 normally, only $5. See, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Alchemist, welcome. How are you?
Hello.
Spoiler, there's a predator in the movie. Imagine. You know what movie was horrible in that way? The Thing. Do you guys remember The Thing? The whole movie was like, all right, we get it. Like, where's the thing now? And like at the end of the movie is when you see like some action. Like, what the hell? I don't like movies like that. That like you wait all movie to see like, and then you see the thing for like a second. Like, nah. 28 likes, guys. Hit the like button. They left us. My loins are enjoying Elle Fanning. Ellie Fanning or Elle Fanning? 30 watching. 28 and 28. All right, let's get started, guys. Looks like the roaches have left. So we are going to begin. So as you can see, right, we got Dek. So we got two SKUs, right? We got Dek and then Dek and Thia. So we have so one thing I want to point out. So number one, as you can see, virgins are not going to know what this is, but this is Luch's, you know what I mean? So one thing I wanted to point out, number one, the armor, right? Looks very, very good. Very, very accurate to, what he wears in the movie. The redness on the blade, right? It looks like it stood up. Remember, There's a lot of lighting here. There's a lot of touch-ups here to make it look brighter like they do the lightsabers. We're not going to know what it looks like in hand yet until we see the secret base pictures, right? Also, one thing I wanted to point out specifically. So remember that every other alien so far, right, has had what? The flaps, right? So you remove the flaps. The middle piece is usually there. Sometimes you can remove it, sometimes you can't, but it's usually the flaps. As you can see here, none of this is flaps. This is an entire face piece. As you can see right here, the different paint, right? You can see here where it detaches from the face and it goes around the other way. As you can see, there's a huge bump here. So now instead of giving it just flaps, we're getting entire mouthpiece, it looks like. Which again, it has to be for this reason because of the way this looks, right? And to open the mouth like this, it has to be an entire piece. It can't just be like, let's just open the, the mandible at the bottom, and then it wouldn't work. Again, like we usually get them. So that looks like it's something new. Also, as you can see, we're getting two different pieces of hair. The mask looks beautiful, right? Looks like we're getting two different magnetic pieces of hair. Right, we get the regular relaxed hair, which is this one, and then we get the second set, which I'm going to get into in a second. But as you can see, very detailed, right? Everything that he's got in the movie, you can see. You got the gauntlets. He's got both gauntlets, right? He's got the bow and arrow. He's got the sword, as you can see again. The mask is my favorite part. I love the mask. So here it is again. Right, so this is Thia's weapon that he uses, that he's using there. But obviously, we're getting to her in a second. The claws that he uses in the movie as well. Again, all Predators have this. I believe even Prey, the feral Predator, also has these blades. But look at the detail in the mouth, right? Look how crazy this is. Probably the most detailed mouth ever. It's crazy how they design it like that. It looks like where AJ Khan sticks his tampon. Just kidding. I respect all humans. My language is bad. Sorry, my language is wrong. Again, as you can see, another very plain pose, seamless arms like we saw in the tease, right? Sword, beautiful again. See how it's not so lit anymore compared to the original picture because it was a lot of lighting, right? They have to touch it up to make it look bright. They have to, make it more appealing for the images. So don't expect this thing to light up. Somebody had mentioned, I forget who, LED would have been great, right? To give it that really, really bright redness to it. But as you can see, there is no LED anything. But again, look at the mouth. Really, really nice. The bow and arrow. Also something different, something new for Predators. I don't remember ever having a Predator with a bow and arrow, period. So that's pretty cool. Again, I don't know how many people are going to display it this way. But as you can see, the articulation, right? Look how the elbow wrinkles because of the suit, right? The arms have to have a little bit of slack to be able to bend, right? You don't want them to rip when you're bending. So that's why you see this here. The sheath for the blade is right there, and I think the blade folds as well. But very, very nice. And we're gonna get into the actual paint of it too, because like I said, Bob pointed this out. Also, as you can see, the hair. This is the action hair. So again, for the people who have the John Wick figure, right, the magnetic little piece, to change the hairs, right, for Batman 2.0, right, for the Bruce Wayne hair pieces. Right, you get the two magnetic pieces. That's exactly what this is going to be, right? Magnetized pieces, one for the relaxed, and then one for the for this one for the action hair. As you can see, the detail. Look at all the detail on the mask. I love the mask. The mask is really badass. One of my favorite masks. It reminds me, like I said, of the Falconer mask, but really, really nice. Look, see the blade looks like it bends a little bit, like it folds. So really, really nice figure. Look at the detail on the leg, all the scales, that skin. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Here it is. See, it does bend. It folds weird. As you can see, he could use it as different ways. So as you can see here again, right? So now it's completely closed. Again, no flaps as usual. We usually get flaps, no flaps. And you can see the difference in skin tone, right? Where it attaches. So all this here is where it's going to detach from. And you're just going to rip off the whole piece and then put the whichever other one you're going to put on. But again, that's completely different than what we're used to in general. Again, look at that mask. Beautiful. There it is. See, even a closer look of it. See how it extends out here. So this whole piece comes out. It attaches to the nose here. But as you can see, no more flaps. Like which, the samurai, right? The samurai is the same thing we got for the original samurai. And, we still got flaps for that. Feral, we got flaps for that. But again, because this is new with the rolling eyes, remember the Feral didn't have rolling eyes, even though it looks like a brand new body. No flaps. Also, remember Feral had you could see the joints on the biceps. This is completely seamless. Even the back of the legs of this thing are completely seamless, which is great. So that's why it looks so much better, right? It looks really, really good. So again, as you can see, you're detaching the entire front of the face. No more flaps like we usually got in general. As you can see it all in here again. And again, look at all the detail on the arm. The hands are always great. The hands, they always paint them really nice. Here's the bow the bow. Look at that. It folds, as you can see. So the weapons also, very different than anything we've gotten before, as far as I remember, at least. See, so you fold the corners and you make it smaller, and it looks like this is all attached. So it looks like you're gonna have to. You can only use this, right? It's not an actual string. At least it looks like it's not an actual string, because as you can see, this piece here, this whole thing is one piece, right? So the arrow, as you can see here, the arrow is not detached to anything. It's all one piece connected to this little metal piece here. So I think it's going to come pre-posed as you see it, and then you just insert these ends into the corners, and there's your look to that pose. But it's not going to be like a separate arrow for it like we had for the Feral Predator, right? He came with, I believe, one arrow, one or two arrows. So very different. We usually with bow and arrows, we usually get a string, right? So every Hawkeye, Abigail Whistler from Blade 3, right? She had a string. All the Hawkeyes came with the string. What's her name? The girl Hawkeye, I forget her name. Oh my God, what's her name? From the Hawkeye show, her bow comes with a string. Taskmaster came with a string. So again, very, very different. I don't know if that's better. I mean, it's probably cheaper for them to do, right? And easier for them to just print out, mold something instead of actually sitting there, wrapping around a piece of string, make sure it's tight, make sure it doesn't, it's glued properly, doesn't come off. Make sure when you pull it, it doesn't, immediately yank. Because some of these poses, for example, for Hawkeye, you can get full pull on these strings and they're perfect. So this is, them taking shortcuts on certain things, which again, I'm not complaining. I don't even know what it looks like in hand, but we're going to find out. Let's see what you guys are saying. If anything, don't forget to register Geeks Giving for. Oh, look at that. Let's do it now, guys. If you haven't. Let me see if I can find it. No. Chris, send me a link, please. I don't know why it's not coming up for me. Unless. Oh, yeah, no, it's not coming up. Oh, wait, I got it, Chris. I got it, Chris. Thank you. Oh, it says, congratulations, you're registered. I was registered already. So thank you, Chris, for the reminder. I completely forgot about that. So again, here's another shot of it. So here he's got the mask on. Here he's got the mask off, but again, same exact pose. So as you can see, right, the arrow doesn't really stick out of the bow at all, because again, it's most likely just stuck there, right? Just pre-posed, pre-molded. Again, look at the elbow, how nice. Really, really nice. I bought a perfect unopened Abigail for 160. Now she's a great figure, and her bow is one of the most intricate bows that Hot Toys has ever made for a figure. Like, she's got like a bunch of wheels on it, and it's really, really fancy. The only problem with that is if you ever like leave it pulled, it'll permanently stay like that. It'll be loose forever. Like, if you want to tear it apart and fix it, you can. But that's what happens with that one specifically. But it's a great design of that bow, and like I said, it's the fanciest bow that I've ever seen for any figure. Fancier than anything Hawkeye. More intricate than anything Hawkeye. So, it's a really good bow. Really, really, really good bow. I actually never watched Hawkeye. I'm super behind on Marvel. Yeah, the Hawkeye show was, I liked it. But it's crazy how they never made his figure. Can you imagine naming a show Hawkeye and never making the figure? What do you mean? I need Feral Pred if anyone sees one. Yeah. Guys, somebody help Bob out. He's looking for a Feral. He decided to pull a Luch and say, who needs collecting? I'll get it for 50 cents later. But he forgot to listen to the God. For years, I've been saying, don't sleep on Predators, don't sleep on Aliens, don't sleep on Terminators, don't sleep on Back to the Future, don't sleep on RoboCops. But when you're an atheist in this community and you don't believe in the God, right? Sometimes the God's gospel will teach you lessons, okay? I'm just kidding, Bob. I respect all humans. I respect all humans, Bob. Yes, please, Naru. Oh man. So as you can see, again, beautiful close-up. Pay attention to the close-ups, guys, because we're gonna get into something that, again, Bob pointed out. As you can see, it looks like a little bit of blood. Obviously, it's not, but look how much duller it is compared to the original picture, because it's not going to look that bright. And never, because I know that that's what they do, again, to make the figure more appealing, to make it look more realistic, right? To make it look like it's really lit up that way. It's just paint, right? For those who watched the video, the dueling effect Darth Vader, the paint application on that stuff is crazy. It is such a good paint. Again, the suits feel cheap. The plastics feel cheap. But what makes the figure good, I gave it a 9 out of 10, was that paint. It's so different than anything, right? And it brings you right back to specifically that Venom by Mondo. Same exact color scheme. You get the blues. You get those pinkish, like that reddish pink, right? Literally exactly like that Venom. So very dull on the red. Again, remember, these are just promo pictures. Everything's going to get better, as the inner collectors say. So again, here's a bigger close-up, a better close-up. As you can see the seam there? So it's going to detach. The whole face is going to detach from here, right? As you can see, it's not even attached on this side because it's wide open, right? The jaw is open. So you're going to have to remove the entire face. So again, something very new, very, very new. I don't remember ever getting anything like this. Here's the star. Remember, Predators have had this in the newer movies, right? Or in the older movies, I should say. Remember, they start from like one thing and then they become like a whole bunch of spikes. So again, this is just the beginning. He's going to get upgrades as he goes. Common sense. Also, as you can see in the back, looks like the bow is going to be magnetic, right? And I say that because Thia goes in the back and she's magnetic. So that's another thing that if you're not going to get, the combo of him and Thia, then, you're going to put the bow back there, obviously, if you want to do that. If not, then it doesn't matter. Here are the claws again. See the redness here looks a little bit brighter than the previous picture, but again, it's not that light up, that bright red, like the original picture. But the figure looks beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. My only issue is this. The Feral too. The Feral mask is really nice, right? It's just barely covering like the top of the face. You can see everything else open. So that figure specifically, because I didn't really like the face, I have the mask on because I think it looks cross-eyed without the mask on. So I just put the what do you call it? The mask on, right? Which covers literally just like the eyes pretty much and a little bit of the face. But this here, even though I love the mask, I love how the mask looks on. As you can see, this looks beautiful, really sexy looking figure. That face though, that face is really good. The face is really detailed. Look at that. So interchangeable mandibles, like I said, you're going to be changing, right? You see the line here, see all this here. This is where it all detaches. And then here, same thing, right? See it here. Here is the seam, another seam here. So you're going to be ripping off the entire face. But the whole point is, look how beautiful it is, right? Either way, I'm most likely going to display mine with the mouth open because it's just more badass, right? Look at the rolling eyes, right? He's looking up here. This one's looking straight, but it looks beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So that's my only issue. The mask, I'm not going to get two of these. There's really no need to get two of these. Obviously, if you're getting two of these, send me one, but I don't need one. I don't need two. I just need the one. So as you can see, the hair, right? Like I said, 2 styles of interchangeable sculpted hair, right? So again, magnetic, most likely attached from here. So this is the piece that will detach to put this one on, right? So you could put either one on either head, right? So, or either look, right? So, for example, if you want to put this one on here with the mouth closed, with the mouth open, perfectly fine. If you want to put the regular relaxed hair on this with the mask on also, but the whole point of this is to give it the action look, right? To make it seem like he's jumping or fighting or moving, and that's why the hair is flapping all around. Again, same thing as the John Wick. John Wick's hair was like a little bit all over the place. And same thing for Batman 2.0, BVS 2.0, right? He came with the perfect, the perfect hair piece, and then the one that's a little like all over the place. So very, very cool. Again, what hair would I display? Most likely this one, just to make it look more natural. But I'm gonna most likely leave this one out because if I want to take some pictures with it, I'll use it. But beautiful. Separate rolling eyeball. So first Predator with rolling eyes besides the Jungle, which again, the Jungle Predator was the very first. So this is the second, right? The very first shown for pre-order that was coming with the rolling eyes. Prey, remember, Feral didn't come with rolling eyes. So first Jungle, right? That was the first pre-order of the rolling eyed Predator. This is the second Dek. Here are neck, upper chest, arms, and legs made of soft vinyl. Sophie strikes again. Material for a natural, seamless joint design. So they're using soft vinyl for the stuff. Again, like I told you, the back of the legs, the entire body is newly developed because I don't think we've ever gotten anything like this. And if we did, I can't tell you what it is because I don't remember. But it looks incredible. Right? Seamless legs. Remember that it was always an issue with the knees specifically, right? You always had to have some flap here. Perfect example was what's her name? Harley Quinn. And not only her, right? She was just the main example that comes to mind because when she came out, people hated those flaps on the knees. They hated those flaps on the knees so bad. And there was nothing you could do. That's what it was. And that's pretty much for every single figure that was made of her. right? Because that's what the body that's the only bodies that they had. But now, if you guys remember, the new Harley Quinn is completely silicone, completely seamless as well. So Hot Toys is just getting better and better and better. That's why they will always be the best, right? Also, where is Ina right now?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Just making sure that that they're still alive, because I know they're the best in the community, and I respect all humans. I respect all humans, but where are they? So because the best company should be having action every week, or every other week, or every other 2 weeks, or every other month, or like, what are we talking about here? What do you mean? But again, I respect all humans. My language is wrong. So here it is. Here's everything, right? So again, remember, this is the first SKU, right? Then, like I said, we got Dek and Thia. So now we got Thia, right? So remember, she's a cyborg, right? She's just like half machine, half computer, half whatever. But here she is. So remember, I told you guys the bow is attached magnetically in the back. Well, so is she. She's magnetized to the back, which you see these like rope things, which look like either ropes or branches. Really, really, really cool. As you can see, looks badass. Badass. Who is not getting? Let me know in the chat. Who is not getting? Who is not getting the Thea version? If you're getting just the collector's version, let me know in the chat, please. Let me see what you guys are saying. Here, see, you commit consistent blasphemy against. Imagine. But remember, I respect all humans, so don't say those. Your language is wrong. Looks a little like Street Fighter movie Vega mask. I guess a little bit, I guess. Or from Nintendo 64. Yes. What's his name? What the hell was his name? Furlong? Not Furlong. Because that was my favorite fighter too. The one with the 2 blades and the mask. Oh my god, what was his name? Completely blanking out. Oh, I forgot his name. But I know exactly what you're talking about. If you don't know, but today is my birthday fast. Oh, look at that. I'm about to get you a celebration. Wait a minute. Why didn't you tell me before? Happy birthday. Look at that. See, I got you a celebration. What'd you get me? Nothing still. Selfish moose. Let me see who else. Let's see. Carlo, my friend, where have you been all night? Was looking for you.
Charlie, my friend, Charlie Brigante, how you doing?
Welcome. Fast is synthetic. Your language is wrong. I know. I told you I don't want to get into the movie. I want to pretend like I don't know what I'm talking about, so you guys don't get all. Why did you tell me? Inner is sleeping like their alternate Superman Hellscope was totally the right. No, again, guys, I respect all humans. Okay, I respect all humans. I just have to make sure my language is not wrong. Okay, but again, if they're the best, where are they? If they're the best, how come there's never any action?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Again, I respect all humans. Oh my god, unbelievable. I'm not getting any. Shocker. He's not getting any, but he buys statues left and right. Disgusting. Let's see who else. I guess being it's really I guess I'll just unsub. Thanks, friend.
How dare you?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Unreal, Moose. I see you, Moose. I see you. So again, here's another shot of them together. She's most likely going to have full articulation, right? She's going to be a completely, half a figure, a completely, articulatable half a figure, right? The entire torso, the entire upper body, right? The neck's going to be able to do 360 degrees, right? I'm assuming, again, the arms are going to be able to move no problem because she's going to have full rotation on the shoulders. As you can see, she already has full rotation on the elbows. I don't think they're going to give us seamless elbows because she's supposed to be covered. It would be nice, right? Hopefully it's just a suit that goes over and it doesn't show the elbow joint, which is what I'm hoping for. Again, I can't tell you because I can't see it. But that would be great, right? To have more seamless stuff. But again, it is what it is. She looks incredible. I think she looks very, very good. Here she might look funky because again, the rolling eyes, the angles on the rolling eyes sometimes don't do it justice and they ruin what the figure looks like. Here she is again. Just very, very good looking, right? Again, she's magnetized to his back. There she is, gorgeous. Look at that. Bob, likeness 1 to 10. Let us know. How do you like this one over Ballerina? Who doesn't think she looks like the character? Who thinks her likeness is off? Who thinks that she is not accurate? Let me know in the chat, please. I can see a Cyber Predator coming as an exclusive. Imagine. That would be sick. That would be sick. But I can tell you, all these updates for this body, you better believe they're going to reuse that somehow, some way. Right? They're not just going to be like, all right, garbage now. Like, absolutely not. They could do, something updated. They could do. But again, another thing is, with these IPs, they don't really do stuff like that. Right? I don't remember ever. And again, I could be completely wrong because I don't remember and I don't own all these figures. But I don't remember Hot Toys ever coming out with a repaint of an alien, a repaint of a Predator, a repaint of a RoboCop, meaning like a Hot Toys exclusive. They're only making that, out of nowhere just because they want to reuse. Like, no, I've never seen that. Right? A repaint of a Back to the Future, a repaint of a Terminator. I don't know if I said that. Right? So that's what I mean. So these IPs, I don't think it's something that Hot Toys does. They don't use that stuff to make an updated anything, right? Or not an updated, a repainted anything. So that's the only thing. But that body, it's not going to be a one and done. I could guarantee you that it ain't going to happen. So my thing is that they're going to do the brother, Quay, and they're going to do the father. If somebody's not going to be made, it's going to be the father. Why? The father was bigger, right? You can see it from the commercials, so it's not even from the movie. It's part of the commercial. So the father is taller, right? It's a completely different looking Predator, right? He's got the cloak. He's got the fancier helmet, which we talked about last time. So if anything, we'll get Quay out of, this. The father is potential too, but Quay, again, just from the body, not because of, popularity of the movie, not because of, the character was great and people loved him. No, just from the utilization of the body, I think Quay, because Quay was, about the same size. She looks great. All right, so you like her. Oh no, this is so much better than Ballerina. Yep. I hope you went. I'm 64, like the Beatles song. I'm 64. God bless you, my friend. God bless you. Many more, Moose. Because the longer you live, the longer I can hope for a gift. Oh my God. So she looks beautiful. She looks great. And my favorite part of, just gorgeous. Look at the detail of the vein, right? These are cuts that she's got, little wounds all over. She's got the dots all over her face. Here's the rope / branch looking stuff. The hair, obviously the sculpted hair. She reminds me of Shin a little bit. Shin Hati a little bit. Obviously they're not the same, but she reminds me of her. See how beautiful this looks. This duo here. Really, really badass. Look at that. You can't, again, you don't have to like these figures. You don't have to like Predator, but if you like really good toys, this is why, this is why it's painful for me. And I tell you guys all the time, to not be able to get everything anymore hurts, because I know that I'm missing out on really good stuff. These are, if you're into this community for toys, right? Hot Toys is the best toy. So just from that alone, that's why I need to get every Hot Toys, because it's the best toy. See, here it is, another action pose. Her with the gun, right? Her rifle, and him with his sword, with the mask on, with the action hair on. Look at the back of the knees. Like I told you guys, the back of the legs look incredible. Actually, look how real this looks. Obviously, this one is too straight. But again, he's an alien anyway, so he's not supposed to have our knees. But look at this one here. It looks very, very real. Very, very, very real. Just see, here he is with an action shot. So here you should have had the hair, right? The action hair facing all up because he's jumping, but it's to show you that you could do whatever the hell you want. You want to put the regular hair on when he's jumping. You want to put an action hair when he's jumping. Doesn't really matter. He's still going to look great anyway. Here it is. See, an action pose with the hair flying, and he's not even jumping. So you could do whatever you want, which is what I was saying before. Here it is. Another, we saw this before with his pictures. Same thing here. Just beautiful, beautiful. Again, he's with the bow, with the blade. So these are all repetition. This is my favorite part right here. These eyes. So number one, we get 2 sets of eyes like we're starting to get with Hot Toys, right? What was the figure? Somebody could tell me, because I completely forgot. There's a figure that we're getting soon that comes with 2 set of eyes. Trying to think what it was. Oh, the Anakin, right? The last Anakin, the sculpted Anakin we got. What was it called? Yeah, the Anakin, Chris. Oh my God, what was the scene called where he was at? The what was the scene, guys? I completely forgot the scene name. Mustafar. Holy crap. The Mustafar Anakin, right? The sculpted version came with the regular eyes and the Sith eyes. So as you can see, again, we're getting 2 set of eyes. So Hot Toys looks like this is the new norm. If the character comes with 2 different eyes, or however many eyes they have throughout the show, throughout the movie, we're gonna get them. So I can tell you this right now. Obviously, this was like again, I don't want to spoil anything, but this was in the commercial as well, right? They show you that thing goes in her ear and her eyes like roll up into this. I will tell you this. I don't need her eyes like this. She's gonna be like this the whole time, because this looks scary as hell. This looks way more badass than this, right? Just super, super sick. So I am glad they gave us the eyes, because they look really, really good. Yes, Mustafa, I was blanking out. Oh, Barry, look at this guy. Where have you been? Did you stop collecting?
I'm doing.
I'm just kidding. I respect all humans. Oh my God, welcome. Long time. I thought you stopped collecting. I thought you went back to Marvel Legends, peasant. So my favorite eyes ever, right here, right? Look how creepy they look. Look how she's been possessed. Obviously, this is, the company, right? That W is something, specific. It's not just some random stuff. He said, yes, my language was wrong. I apologize.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Oh my God. They glaze over the eyes, a little W in them there. No, I'm telling you, sick. So, obviously I'm going to leave the other pair out just for pictures, but this is how she's going to be displayed. She looks incredible. Here she is again, separate rolling eyes. So again, we get they're showing you that they move up and down, left and right, and circle. One thing, guys, I forget what I was watching. I don't know about you guys, right? I don't know about you guys. But the purse system that Hot Toys had in the beginning, remember, it was one control, and if you turned it one way, they would both turn the same way. And I think, okay, and that's just me, right? I respect all humans, but that's just me. I think that system, if it had been fixed, right, or updated to where it wouldn't break, because that was the problem. People were, you were turning and poof, you break the whole thing. If they were able to fix that purse system, I think that still should have been the way to do it. Why? Because you didn't have to go crazy. Number one, with the tool, right? Obviously, when you can put your finger in, then you can move with your finger. And I think that's way better than that little tool. But using that little handle, right, the control of the eyes, if you wanted to make the figure, look to the right, all you have to do is move it, and they would just go to the left, go up, and they would just both move the same exact way. So you didn't have one cockeyed and one, normal, like it happens now. Now, if you move one, slightly a little bit off, it's going to be like, oh, one's looking here, one's looking here. Like, that is crazy tedious. That's why I tell you guys, a lot of the times I don't even bother messing with them, because I know it's going to be a problem. I have been messing with them now more than ever. I never even touched the purse system. All my purse systems are perfectly fine, barely untouched. Actually, 100% untouched. The only one that I recently played with was a Batman one, I believe. The original 89 Batman figure. I think I was messing with it when I was taking pictures of it recently. Besides that, I'd never touched the Joker set. I'd never touched any other Batman or Joker figure, with the purse system ever, just because I never messed with that stuff. So I think that should have been still, again, updated 100%. But I think that should have been the way to go with the purse system. I don't think the loose eyes are better than the purse system. But again, that's just me. I respect all humans. My language is wrong. Guys, there's 34 of you guys here. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. What says Thea has the same eyes as mine when you oh my god. Disrespectful, Moose. Disrespectful. Changing the eyeballs gives me chills. I started practicing, but I will get a hold on. What made me change the eyeballs the very first time was when they came out with, I forget which figure, and I pulled out the Darth Maul 1.0 eyes, right, on the Sith speeder, right? The 1.0 also had rolling eyes, so I pulled those out to put, I forget, I want to say in the light side Anakin artisan figure. I think that's what it was. And I went to pull it out, and it was not fitting for whatever reason. They were like stuck, and I didn't want to like shove them in there and ruin the socket, because you could overstretch the socket, and then the original eyeballs will never go back in. They'll be completely loose, like Luch's, you know what? So that's why I was like, I'm not shoving it in there, and that scared me. But it's very easy to just pull them out. Get yourself a pair of pliers, needle nose pliers, if you could get. I have them right here. Needle nose, right? And you just got to like barely grab it and boop, you pop it right out. It's not difficult at all. Again, depending on the head sculpt. Some it's a nightmare to get out because they're like in more. And now I forget which figure I had an issue with. Batman 2.0? Something recent that I was like, oh man, I can't even put my finger in it. I have to use the tool. I don't remember which figure it was. but it wasn't it wasn't easy to mess with. But they're very easy to take out. They're very easy to put back in. Just be careful you don't squeeze it too hard and break the what do you call it, the knob, and then you're done. Then that's the end of that. And then to go find eyeballs, good luck. You're gonna have to buy either the entire head sculpt or the entire figure, again, depending on what it is that you're going to be looking for. The Hot Toys DX10 cleaned and had those rolling eyes. See, I didn't get mine yet. I have to, the DX10, never mind. I thought you were talking about the new one. I sometimes use toothpick for the eyes. What do you mean? Like what? You push them in with the toothpick so they can pop out? Or you mean like to move the stuff? What do you mean? Fabs, you have to play with your toys. Come on. See, guys? Do you see this? If you guys need a young Ahsoka, Chris is your man. Okay? I'm back from cheating on Hot Toys. I figured. I said he disappeared from the 1/6. I was like, he's definitely making love to Marvel Legends right now. that smoke effect, okay, which is sick, by the way. You use it on every photo shoot. Marvel Legends, you use it on Hot Toys, you use it on everything, but I haven't seen you use it on anything. Do you think Hot Toys will drop Thea with a pair of legs? See, I didn't want to get into it because, but that's something I wanted to talk about. But I didn't, again, a lot of people haven't seen the movie, so I don't want to spoil anything, but think about it. Why would they not? If this is, because that's all it's going to be. Right? All they're going to do is the body and then, the black outfit or with the jacket or whatever they want to do. Right? But why wouldn't they make that double money? They made an entire brand new head sculpt for a half a figure. Why wouldn't they reuse it for the full figure? You know what I mean? If that happens, though, then there's more coming to the line. Why? Because they're not only going to make Dek, Thea, and then her with the legs. It's going to be more than that. That's what I'm saying. Quay, most likely. Maybe the father down the line. Who knows? Depends on how many years, the second movie is going to be made in. You know what I mean? I don't know. They're already talking about Badlands 2. Badlands 3, I think, also. So, again, doesn't mean it's going to happen, but they're talking about it. So that's what I'm saying. I have a feeling that if they don't make them for this, they'll make them at some point. But I think that you are onto something, Big Dog. Onto something. Did they copy Chewie? Yeah, I told you that. When they did the tease, I said, remember when I said they're doing the same exact thing that Chewbacca did with the backpack and the C-3PO? Obviously, it's different because, C-3PO is a complete robot, but this is, that same concept of half of a figure with that. Usually, a female head sculpts are hard to adjust in the eyes because they're small. Annoying. That's why I don't mess with them. I don't mess with them a lot of the time. But this is another reason why the figures have to get bigger when they have the rolling eyes in general, right? Just because you're going to have to be able to get in there, move them around. If the figures were the same size as before the rolling eyes and they added rolling eyes to those size figures, it would be a nightmare. The eyes would be a lot smaller, obviously. And then to get in there, they could give you obviously a longer tool to, or a longer setup, right? Instead of that little knob, they could do like an L-shaped thing where you control it. But they're so small that it's not even worth it. So they have to make the head sculpt slightly bigger for that reason. And obviously, they're not just going to give you a bigger head in the same tiny body because it's going to look funky. So they have to give you an updated body, which is what they've been doing with every figure. Look at I didn't get my figure yet, but I've been watching the videos all over social media. The Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, right? If you guys saw the side by side, way taller, right? A little bit meatier. Why? The head sculpt. The head sculpt is way bigger than the original one, so they have to make the eyes, you know, the rolling eyes, and they got to move. So they got to give you enough space to get the tool in there, to get your finger in there, but they have to get bigger. Look at the Terminators. You look at any Terminator with a T800 or T800 battle damage compared to DX10, compared to any of the MMS ones, slightly bigger, because you have to make those heads bigger for that reason. Even with the DX10, I believe the DX10 had rolling eyes, if I'm not mistaken, and it's completely different than what we're getting now. So I'm saying, actually, did they? I don't think the DX10 had rolling eyes, if I remember correctly. If it did, I don't remember, but it's a smaller head scope anyway. To move them around. I did not want to ask a question about the later. Yes, I'm saying, I again, just from common sense, right? Just from common sense, why wouldn't they? That's it. Why wouldn't they? If you're willing to make a head sculpt for half a figure, what do you mean you're not going to make it for the full figure? Again, to me, as a business mentality, common sense. And if you pay attention, remember the outfit, very basic too. That skin tight black outfit and then that white jacket on top. So very, very basic, figure too. I'm telling you, 99.9% coming. Oops, that's this guy. Unbelievable. They will release, yeah. They will do a Thea figure like Mr. Exact, same body type. Let's see. Oh, Ash in the house. I didn't even see this guy. Welcome. Nice to see you. Guys, this guy's been collecting. He didn't send me nothing. He got, what did he get? He got Kid Pool. He got, what else did you get, Ash? He rubbed it in my face. He's like, do you collect, you bum? He's like, I don't respect all humans. He goes, and my language is wrong. Unbelievable. Disrespect. Eric, my friend, welcome. How are you? Nice to see you.
Hello!
Welcome, welcome. I'm happy that Predator and Alien is back because sci-fi movies have crashed lately. No, I'm telling you, they're going to make money. They're going to make money. And I saw something about them being a little, what's the word? A little, oh my God, what's the word I'm looking for? A little woke, right? So apparently there was something, you guys got to watch the movie, but apparently people were complaining that it was a little woke. So I don't pay attention to that. If it's not in my face like that, I'm not going to go looking for it. But apparently people were unhappy about it. So, and here it is. So 2 display modes, as you can see, 2 display modes attached to Dek's back and held hand. So you could have him hold her up like this. As you can see, she's looking down. Or on his back. This is dumb to me. I'm not going to waste him, not holding a weapon or not holding something fun to have him like this. Absolutely not. She's going right on the back, just like that. This is what I was going to say. So as you can see, this is the outfit, right? This is the exact outfit. So all they got to do, like they did, remember the Dark Trooper from the Mandalorian Luke Skywalker figure? Remember that figure came with the detachable option to buy a separate clean Dark Trooper and make him battle damage by just detaching the clean torso and then reattaching the battle damage torso, this is most likely what that's going to be, right? So I don't know what's here, but believe me, they're going to make that bottom piece. 100%. 100%. And here we are, interchangeable mandibles again. You're going to have the whole thing is going to be removable, not just the flaps as usual, because you can't get this look with just the flaps. The Samurai Predator, like I told you guys earlier, you get the 2 flaps, but the mandible, you could actually open and close, right? Which, again, not a lot of Predators are that way at all. That was a very specific one. So here, as you can see, you can't do that here. There's no articulation here. There's no seam for the articulation, period. So that's why I could tell you it's the entire face that's going to get detached. And again, as you can see, here it is again. You can see the whole seam right there. Let me zoom in. There it is right there. So the whole face rips off from up to the nose, under the eye, all around. I don't think it's going to be magnetic because they never make those things magnetic. It's usually like an insert, right? A male-female insert. So that's most likely what they do. 2 styles of interchangeable sculpted hair. So here it is, the same hair magnetized here and here to give it that action look. And separate rolling eyes. Like I said, second Predator with the rolling eyes on pre-order right now. Neck, upper chest, arms, legs, Minnesota vinyl material for a natural seamless joint design. So again, they're going crazy with the seamless, as you can see, so people can't complain about it. People can't cry about it. And there's nothing really they can say. Now, here is the weapons, right? Here's the star. Like I said, remember these stars get bigger in the future, right? So the past Predators have the stars, but again, they're these humongous like spike things, as you can see, because this is very early on tech. They're not as big, they're not as massive, they're not as fancy, but beautiful set. So now the issue, okay, and again, this could be all lighting, this could be all from the photo shoot. So price, we got $345 for the collector's edition. We got $405 for the combo, right? The collectible set of both of them. Already up for pre-order, guys. So if you haven't yet, get to it, because do not, again, I'm going to say it again. Here, hold on 1 second.
Let me repeat for the fucking billionth time.
If you like Predators, don't sleep on Predators. Pre-order your Predators. If you like Aliens, don't sleep on Aliens. Pre-order your Aliens. If you like Terminators, don't sleep on Terminators. Pre-order your Terminators. If you like RoboCop, don't sleep on RoboCop. Pre-order your RoboCops. I'm going to tell you, and I was talking to Bob about this too. That RoboCane, okay? That RoboCane is going to be one of Hot Toys' biggest hit. Why? Number one, diecast. Number two, it is a brand new mold of something that was never made before, ever. Nobody even expected that figure to ever be made. Somebody would ask me, "Oh, you think it's?" I would have told you absolutely not. And here we are. If you like RoboCane, don't be a bum, and then be in the groups. Somebody's selling for a decent price. They're already about $600. They're not going to come down. Ever. Okay? You've been warned. If you're an atheist, that's your problem. You don't believe in the God, that's your problem. If you want to go risk it, you may get lucky with another bum, being desperate to pay his cell phone bill, like it tends to happen, but you're still going to overpay, guaranteed. Okay? I respect all humans. Language is wrong. So now to the issue. Again, I didn't even notice this because I figured, it's just lighting. It's just, So again, Bob, this was Bob's Negativity. Fast. I got Kidpool and Wolverines. Oh yeah, Wolverine. Have you said where's your unbelievable? Unbelievable. Fast a picture of him holding her. No, I'm telling you, it's a great figure. It's gonna be a great figure. So like I said, do not sleep on these figures, guys, because you're gonna regret it, and then you're gonna be the only loser bum in the groups. Hi, long shot. Is anybody looking to sell a Predator for a decent price? You should have pre-ordered, you bum. So what happens is, again, and everybody could do, I respect all humans. Everybody could do whatever they want. But you look retarded and you look pathetic trying to save a buck in the groups when you could just pre-order it like a human being. And I understand, again, I respect all humans. Language is wrong. But if you are avoiding the pre-order, there is a chance that you may have to pay even more than the pre-order. And for the lines I mentioned, it's going to happen. Terminator, RoboCop, Predator, Aliens, Back to the Future, all these IPs, you'll never see them in the bargain bin. Again, the one that was very shocking was Doc Brown, because Marty and Einstein went immediately. Boom, gone. Doc Brown was the one sitting for a little bit, and I think he's gone now too. So that's what I mean. And the reason why he lasted a little bit was because people didn't like that reused head sculpt again. Heroes and villains, welcome.
Konnichiwa means what's up.
Yo, shout out to all my collectors. What's good, fam? Thank you for being here. Happy Friday. Welcome. This guy. Oh my God.
Have you ever heard of a psyop?
Don't be an elitist. That's literally me today. What do you mean? What do you mean? Explain, Bob. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. See? Because he didn't believe, he's an atheist, Bob. Okay. So now he's, somebody please help me. Somebody please. But why? He's now going through this because he didn't go pray. Okay. He came to listen to the gospel and he said, who believes in that? Who believes in that God? And here we are. Now he's like, oh my God, see? He said, do you pray? I'm telling you guys, see? I don't understand why it's so difficult to listen to the God. I don't understand. And guys, just so because Carter came out with some dumb shit saying that I was blasphemous against God. When I say the God, I'm the Hot Toys God, not the Bible God. Okay. So when I say God, it's Hot Toys, not Bible. Okay. Retard. Figures which Doc are you talking about? Doc Brown, the with the white lab outfit. So here we go, guys. So Bob pointed this out, okay? And as you can see immediately, right off the bat, what do you guys notice? Crazy, right? And again, I hadn't noticed, I hadn't paid attention, I hadn't seen the movie, so I was like, oh, it's lighting. It looks completely, again, just the skin tone, not anything else really. As you can see, the teeth are there, right? The eyes look like they glow, right? Very, very different eye sockets. As you can see, these look very deep, very dark. Nothing like here. Right? Even the hair, right? Again, it could be all lighting. It could be all lighting. Here, obviously, you're going to have really, really bright lights on the figure so we could all see all the details and all that stuff. But as you can see, it looks kind of different, right? The eyes look like they're glowing here. Here, you don't really get that feeling of it, right? Here's a close-up of the mouth open. Again, look at the skin tone, right? This is more of a brownish. This is more of a pinkish, right? Like Lucha's taint. So it is very, very, very different in that respect. Again, it could be all lighting or for all we know. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. Wrong color. As I'm saying, it's again, I don't want to say wrong anything, but it could be lighting, you know. The skin color looks like red. I'm telling you, it's off, right? It's off. The skin color looks more like the original Predator from 1987. So I was following you as as a guide for no reason. So that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So it is crazy. That is a medium rare steak. So you know what I mean? So again, that was all Bob. I didn't even pay attention. I had no idea. So again, look at the eyes again. Look how they look like they're glowing, right? Here you get a little tint of that greenish, yellowish, but these eyes don't look like they glow at all. And look how the whites of the eye are very dark compared to, you know, the little bit of darkness that you see here, but you can still see the two differences, right? Of the actual eyeball and the whites of the eye, which are dark on him. Here, all you see is the glowing eyeball, right? In the pupil, but you don't see like the whole white of the eye is all dark. Again, could be all lighting. I am not saying anything bad. I respect all humans. Language is wrong, but hopefully they fix, you know, hopefully they get it closer to this brown skin than you know, than what we got already. Which again, it's still going to look great in hand. The figure is going to look incredible. It'll be perfectly fine, but it is not accurate already. Here are side by sides of Thea. As you can see, all the scarring is on point. The dots are right there. The scar on the chin, right? Again, the rolling eyes always makes it funny depending on the angle, so that's why it looks kind of funky here. But as you can see, she looks great. Here's the purple in the hair. I didn't even notice that on here, so I don't know if they even did that. Here is that pose that you like, Carlo, right? Him holding her up. As you can see, this is where it's from. Amazing. Amazing. Even in the dark pictures, yes, I'm saying the lighting here is a lot darker. His head looks a lot darker than his body. Here too, a little bit, right? It's darker here than it is here. So again, it could be all lighting. That's why I'm not bashing it. I'm not saying, oh, they messed up, because it could be all lighting, and it usually is all lighting. You know, that's why I don't want to say anything out of pocket because it's most likely all lighting. Because remember, they're not going to give you dark shots to hide anything. They want you to see everything. Here's a shot of him carrying her. As you can see, badass. This is beautiful. This is awesome. I can't wait to have this. I can't wait to see how this is going to look next to Feral. But this is going to be beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Here it is with the eyes, as you can see, right? What she is missing, though, as you can see from the very beginning when that thing went in her ear, right? She was a lot more beat up. So it looks like she regenerates, right? Because she doesn't have this later on. So this was how he found her, with these scars on her face. So that would have been nice to have all the battle damaging instead of, as you can see, like, you know what I mean? So that would have been nice. That would have been nice to have a battle damage look to her. But what are you going to do? It is what it is. And last but not least, again, look at the huge differences in the skin tone. This looks more leathery, right? Dark. This is a little pinkish. But again, like I said, could be all lighting. Do not go crazy. Do not start talking shit in the groups. Oh, I respect all humans. Oh, Hot Toys sucks. They messed up. I'm going to wait for inner. You know, don't go doing that to yourself. Because, again, lighting, they have to have the lighting on point for this. They got to show us every little detail on this. This is not a third-party figure where they usually make it dark so you don't see all the flaws, so you don't see how it looks like crap, how it really looks, which is usually, crappy. And you pay attention to a lot of these photo shoots for third-party figures, they're dark for that reason, right? They show you the main thing. You're like, oh, that looks awesome. That looks beautiful. But you don't pay attention to the lighting of the figure. You don't pay attention to, why it looks that way, right? Hot Toys will always put hi-hats on blast on top of these things. LED, extra cool, super white, bulbs on it, again, to show us every detail, to show us everything regarding whether it's the armor, the skin, the outfit, right? If it's intricate, they want us to see everything. Look at Grievous, right? So blogger pictures, on the other hand, right? Promo pictures are one thing, but blogger pictures, obviously, you've seen, again, in Grievous, they've taken shots of him in the dark. Other figures as well, darker shots. That's the blogger. That's when the figure's out, right? That's a completely different conversation. But for the promo pics, you have to have it bright and show everything for us to see. And Hot Toys does it all the time, I'll wait for the J&D version. Things. Unbelievable. No respect. I guess you don't respect all humans, huh? Dek looks like Jim Earthworm. That was a great game, by the way. I don't know if you guys remember that. I don't remember if it was for Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis. I think it was actually for both. That was a great game. So yeah, guys, again, very, very exciting figure. I can't wait for this figure. And another thing, it looks like it's coming out March of 2027. Okay. I don't think so. I'm telling you this right now. I don't think so. I think we'll get it before that. I don't know how much, how long before that, but I think we're not going to wait until March of 2027. And that goes for a couple figures. But again, anything can happen. We have to wait and see because you never really know with Hot Toys anyway. Especially having this release date March, right after their New Year's, it could be pushed back, right? Or it could be released earlier. So who knows? So that's what I just wanted to point that out because it feels like, pretty much a whole year. We're in November, right? So November 2025, November 2026 is a full year. And then we got 5 months after that, 4 months after that. So it's a long time, it's like a year and a half, I respect all creatures, human and extraterrestrials. Imagine. So yeah, guys, anybody not care for Predators? Anybody not care for any of this? Let me know in the chat. Let me know what you're waiting for. Not you, Ash. I know what you're waiting for. I think we all know what you're waiting for. So let me know, guys, how you guys feel about this. If you care, if you don't care, if you're not waiting for this, if you're waiting for this, because I want to know where you guys are at with this. He said, woo. Oh my God. I'm Roman Helmet. I am not PO, but I care. The movie was very good. So now, Ernesto, you heard what I said, okay, about all these lines, all these IPs. So you're not pre-ordering. Are you planning on ever getting it? Answer that for me, please. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm telling you, are you pre-ordering or no? Oh, the story is going to a very good place. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna get better and better and better. I'm skipping Jungle Predator. Jungle Predator is all I need. Either that one or Samurai. Let me tell you something. Okay. If you care about the movies, right? If you care about the movies, Jungle Predator is going to be your classic Predator, your most iconic Predator. Having a 2.0 of that, the most epic Predator you're going to have. Right now, this is obviously something completely different. It has nothing to do with nostalgia. It has nothing to do with, this looks like the old Predator. Like, it has nothing to do with any of that. Still going to be a great figure, But if you don't really care for this, like, you know, you're skipping, because out of the other two, out of Jungle and Samurai, again, Jungle is your movie version. Jungle is your iconic, you know, Dutch Predator. You know, that's where it's from and all that stuff. Samurai, though, it's a completely different thing all around, right? Completely different. So it comes down to, are you looking to collect the movie version, or are you looking to collect something that has nothing to do with anything, right? That is still a great figure. The base is what pretty much, you know, makes that whole figure. The difference between the first Samurai Predator and the second Samurai Predator, right? The different colors, the base of the alien, right? It's a more accurate color to the xenomorphs than the original one. The original was like a purplish tone to that xenomorph. This one's dark, like they should be. Then if you got the special edition, you got the crest. If not, you know, you don't have that, but it's still a great figure. Updated paint. So it comes down to that. It comes down to, do I want the movie, the epic movie one, or do I want just something that's fancier, that looks nicer because of the base, right? Because remember, Jungle comes with that Jungle base too, but that's nowhere near as good as the Samurai Predator base. Absolutely not. You know, and then Samurai Predator, you got an alien and a predator together, right? Jungle is just your predator, has nothing to do with alien. So that's where it's difficult. That's where it gets tricky. And that's why I hate having to choose. And you know, I have to pick. That's why I try not to. I try not to pick. If I could get everything, I'm gonna get everything. If I can't, then the first thing that's going is Clone Wars. And I told you guys that. I'm still missing Echo and Fives. I'm still missing. What else am I missing? I'm missing a few of the Clone Wars, but I have some on pre-order too, because again, I keep trying to get everything as much as possible. At least I like Predator, but so many other lines I need. I went them. What do you mean I went them? I want them. Eventually, once they release Dutch 2.0, I'll jump into Predator head first. So again, that's very potential now that the Jungle Predator 2.0 is out. You know, very possible. Why? They just did how many Arnold figures? Right? You got T800. You got T800 battle damage. So why wouldn't they do that? All you got to do is add a beard, rolling eyes. It's not like you don't have the likeness permission, because you clearly do. You just made 2 figures out of that. Right? So that's why it's very, very possible. Again, just from pattern, I'm like, nah, there's no way. But if they just updated Terminator, you know, T800 and battle damage, why wouldn't they just update Dutch with a seamless silicone body, which is what it needs, or not necessarily seamless, not necessarily silicone, because remember that Peacemaker looks great and he's not silicone, he's just seamless. But remember that one of the looks of Dutch is, right, he's got the long button-down shirt, and then he's got just the vest on, right, the with the arms exposed. So for that look, obviously you're going to want a nice looking chest without the seams on the shoulder. So that's the only thing, that's the only reason why I say silicone, which would be the most epic. But like when it comes to the likeness, they have it, right? They have it. So I don't know. We will see. I will get this when I pay off my bills. I'm telling you, if you like it, you better jump on it. You better pre-order. Again, we got a long time. We got, like I said, almost a year and a half. So no rush on it. This is most likely not going to be like, oh, it's sold out, but it could get waitlisted. You know, but they get a lot of orders for something, it'll get waitlisted very quickly, and then what? You know, so that's why I like locking them in early. I don't care. It is what it is, because you never know with this waitlist stuff. But now I want Naru from Prey. Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt they're doing that. I doubt it. It would be great, but I doubt it. Zombies Ate My Neighbors on Super Nintendo. I don't remember playing that one. Never say never. A new Dutch. Yeah, no, we need it. 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 It is necessary. now as a 2.0 with the rolling eyes, with the advancements of all the bodies that Hot Toys has been doing, it'll be another hit. Jungle Predator, I could tell you that is a hit right now, 100%. You're going to tell me a Dutch 2.0? Forget it. You know, yes, since space is limited, I only got room for one, so trying to choose for a stand. Yeah, telling you, if that's the case for a standalone, Samurai is the way to go. If you're looking, because it's the presence, that base, that base, just that base alone, you can use that base with anything, and it'll look great. So if you're looking for shelf presence, Samurai. If you're looking for, iconic figure, a nostalgic figure, the 2.0, 100%. I'm thinking that AI has taken over the Earth by the time Predator Badlands takes place. There were 0 humans in the movie. This takes place many, many years after Aliens. I'm good on that. Looks dope, but I'll stick with Marvel. Andrew Garfield Spider-Man coming in next week. Can't wait. And Tom Holland Spider-Man comes in 2 weeks after that. Which Tom Holland Spider-Man? You talking about the Iron Spider? That one? The artisan one? Because I'm waiting for that too. Mine's already paid off. I can't wait. But yeah, that Andrew Garfield, probably the best Spider-Man, way better than the No Way Home Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Like way better, like beautiful better. So, and that's the thing, like if you guys don't care for this and you guys, your favorite lines, then it's not a big deal. But if you care for this, make sure you lock it down. Mr. Freeze, that's going to be a great figure too. I heard they are bringing Arnie back. Correct. They're talking. He's talking to them. Again, is it going to happen? If they see money, you better believe it. And they know that fans would go crazy for that. 100%. Just the fact that you hear that Arnold's going to be in a Predator movie, forget it. People lose their minds. So if there's money to be made, you better believe it. If it makes sense to put him in somehow, some way, you better believe it. But again, he's like 90 years old now. And I respect all humans. Language is wrong. Not literally. But he's just very, 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 very old. You know what I mean? So what is he going to be doing? Get to the wheelchair. You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to scream? So I don't know how exciting that would be, right? As a figure, right? Forget him as in the role, being this old. As a figure. You know what I mean? Like, what do we expect? He's all gray. Right? Remember when he played in Genesis, right? The T-800 Guardian, the Guardian T-800. He was all gray, and he was already older. He was all gray, and even Hot Toys didn't even get the hair right on that one. They did it all brown. In the movie, he was all gray, right? Looked completely like old compared to when he was obviously younger, right? For the older movies. So, as a figure, is that going to be exciting? I could tell you, probably not. Right? You want a young Dutch, right? That's why the 2.0 with the jungle would be epic. But an older Arnold, again, as a figure, I don't know about that. Because again, if he was like 50s, all right, like he's not, but he's like, I want to say he's what? Late 60s, early 70s, maybe? I don't even know. Somebody tell me how old Arnold is. I'm with you, Faz. I'm done collecting clone troopers. Yeah, no, that's the thing. And it's a lot of like, the same redundant shit. It's the same panels with a different color. No head sculpt. Again, obviously some, but no head sculpt. And they make them over and over and over. And the thing is, they give you things. They add things to them for you to be like, oh man, that looks cool. Like the Hound, right? The Hound Trooper. Like, that's cool. Like, that's different, right? No head sculpt, but that's cool. It's like, oh, do I not want that? Of course I want it. But it's like, there's so much other better shit to get. That, again, that's what I'm doing. Clone Wars is the first thing. If I can't get, if I need to pick and choose, Clone Wars is out. I'll get it eventually at some point. Like right now, like I said, I'm looking for Echo and Fives, right? They're not, it's not anything crazy. It's not like, oh my God, they're gone and everybody's reselling them at $1,000. No, So I'm good with that. I'll get them eventually at some point, even whether it's used, new, whatever it is, I'll get them. So, but I'm not stuck having to pay full price plus tax, shipping, and tariff on something that I could get later on. But a Robocane, for example, a Jungle Predator 2.0, a T800 regular battle damage, I will never play those games with those figures. Scorch Predator, Rain Carradine, right? These figures are not to play with because these IPs are very popular and people love these things. And because I know this, I don't play with that. I don't say, oh, well, I'll be in the groups like an idiot. Like I wouldn't. I know that. I know that it's going to happen and I'm not going to do it, you know? So I was like, that's why I would never do that. I don't see Hot Toys offering those until the sales cycle. Not necessarily, because number one, they have nothing to do with each other. Like I said, two completely different worlds. Somebody that likes Predators may not like this, but they will always love. Like if you're a fan of Predators, there's no way that you're not gonna like a Jungle Predator and a Dutch. Impossible. Because that's what made you a fan to begin with. Again, that's not everybody, because obviously people were born after that and people saw the first movie, the later movies first and blah, blah, blah. And that's how they became fans. So I don't mean, I respect all humans. But if you come from that era, right, and you see that there's a 2.0 Dutch up for pre-order right now, it just went up tonight, boom, it's up for pre-order. It has nothing to do with this. Those sales will be on fire anyway because of the meaning of that Dutch, because of the updates on the Dutch, because of the nostalgia of the Dutch, right? There's no nostalgia here. There's just, oh, I love Predators. The movie was good. Let me get it. This has nothing to do with the origins of Predator, like a Jungle Predator, like a Dutch figure, so it has not, again, I respect all humans, Moose. Moose dreams make sense. Saying Bob respects all humans too, Moose. Faz watch Predator killers and then come back to the nerve for your question. See, I haven't been watching any of that stuff. I don't watch TV like that, so that's why I haven't been paying attention to any of that stuff. I respect all humans, but Arnie ages between 90 and death. How old? Oh, he's 78. See, I'm telling you. So what can we expect from an updated Dutch at 78? And that's now. The movie, it's not going to come out if it even happens, right? We don't even know if they're going to 3 movies and they're going to put him in the 3rd or the 2nd. So let's just say they put him in the 2nd. It's not going to be next year, right? So he'll be 79. Most likely 2 years, if not 3. So let's say, who's going to be excited about an 81-year-old Dutch?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Again, as a figure. I'm not talking about as an actor. I'm not talking about the meaning of his movies. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about as a figure. An 81-year-old Arnold as a figure. I don't think anything exciting about that at all. That's the issue with that. So does that it'll make him money in the box office, but as a toy, I don't know. Dutch 2.0 will take away from. Oh, I see what you're saying. I got you. I thought you meant like people were not gonna buy Dutch because of this. I see what you're saying. Oh yeah, no. Again, if you're a collector that has to pick and choose which one you're going for, absolutely. People will definitely not get it. Again, for the reasons I said, this is not as meaningful as a Jungle. This is not as meaningful as a Dutch. Dutch comes out, people who have to pick and choose will most likely go for the Dutch. Or they'll go for both and sell half of their collection to be able to afford them both. But that's the thing. Absolutely correct. So yeah, I didn't know what you meant. I thought you meant like they were going to pick. I thought they were going to, if they came out, they were going to be like, oh, no, we don't want it. Like, no, like, absolutely not. But yes, they would definitely choose Dutch over this and affect these sales. Absolutely correct. He will either return in animation or it will be AI generated. Yeah, but then that's retarded then. You know what I mean? Then that loses it to me, right? I respect all humans. That'll be weird, right? Those AI things are never really great, right? They're cool, but like, what was the last thing that we saw that was AI? Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian. Remember they de-aged his whole face and it looked funky. So does that really look great? All this de-aging, all this stuff. That's the thing, you know. It will be old man Indiana Jones again. No one. That's what I'm saying. And that figure, which is a good point, you bring that up. That Indiana Jones figure from the Dial of Destiny is a 15 out of 10. That head sculpt is beautiful. It is a really, really, really good head sculpt. So that's the thing. As a figure, it can look good, right? Him all old and stuff. But again, how exciting is that going to be? You know, and Indiana Jones is, you know, to me, less exciting than a Dutch. Remember, Dutch is going to have weapons, is going to have, you know, military style stuff. Obviously, in these movies, is going to be completely different, most likely, you know, regarding on what he may be wearing and stuff. But he's supposed to be a military guy, right? Indiana Jones, the same guy, just older. So brown jacket, the hat, the whip, right? He didn't have a pistol this time either at all. The original one did. This one didn't have. So as a toy, the head sculpt, like I said, a 15 out of 10. There's no armor to the figure. There's no shoulder pads to the figure. There's nothing intricate about the figure. That head sculpt is beautiful. So it could be an amazing figure, but you know, I don't know. No, but that's how. No, exactly. It is what it is. They're gonna do whatever they need to do to make their money. And if we like it, cool. If we don't like it, guess what? They did it anyway, so it is what it is. But it's just, you know, it doesn't really work all the time, you know. All right, guys. So let's see what else you guys are gonna say. If not, I will see you guys tomorrow. Mike will be in, hopefully. And then he'll go over everything we've been over. This stuff. We'll go over the damn toys. Robert Barnes that came out, which he didn't go over. And then we'll see what else comes up that we could talk about. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys for being here. Let me see. Anybody? Bueller? 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 All right, everybody's sleeping. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Guys, please hit the like button if you haven't yet. All right, so it looks like that's it. All right, guys. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next.